have 2-on-1 control, right? Is it going?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So when someone has an edged weapon, again, you don't want to be on the working side of that blade. You want to be, again, put your arm up there for me, sweetheart. Thank you so much. You want to be between the wrist and the shoulder, right? Now, Makura Uke, but instead of a Makura Uke, what you're really trying to do, like when we talk about bludgeoning weapon, I said Makura Uke, cover, wedge, control. Those are not the three concepts with the edged weapon. What you're trying to do is cover, right? Which create a shield. Creating a shield is much different than Makura Uke. Makura Uke is cover. So if you can have a book, or if I have a book or something that I can have to get me as some way to push that away, I want to have some form of cover if I can, right? But then when you get into, you want to attack here to here, but you need to make sure you have a 2-on-1 concept. Now, 2-on-1 concept does not always mean 2 hands on this one arm. It means I need to have 2 points on the attacking arm. An edged weapon is by far one of the most lethal things to defend yourself against. And don't even, if you're just like, oh, for shits and giggles, let me go defend a knife, you're gonna die. So if someone ever has a knife, the best advice is to run like hell, just get the hell out of there. You only do knife defense techniques if there is no other option. Running and evasion techniques, and always the best option. If I get in here and I have 2-on-1, so it can be 2 hands, it can be 1 hand, and then notice I've got my body as the other part. I have basically 2 parts of my body is on the arm that is attacking. That's what we want, so we can control in some fashion or another against this knife. We don't want to be lapped open and gutted like a fish, right? Now, with that being said, we are going to run a drill, and this drill is going to help you understand how to control that knife, how to get that knife, right? So we're here, so on this side. He walks up, he grabs me, I'm gonna grab him, and that's the situation. Shit. So I'm going to make sure that I kind of grab back, and he's going to try to kind of stab me in the gut. Go ahead. That's the idea. He's just going to come in here and just start lighting me up, right? When we're on this, I guess we should be on this side. When we're on this side, what we want to do is you want your hand to wedge into that shoulder. And the reason I need that hand on the shoulder is because now I can keep him from doing that. If my hand ain't in controlling that shoulder, we talked about breaking balance. If I don't control that shoulder, he can just move the shoulder forward. Go ahead, and then, yeah, all of this. He's got all this range of motion to get me. So what I want to do is this hand wants to make sure I've limited the mobility of him coming here. The next thing is, as he's trying to move, trying to get in, I want to pump down, I want to push until I can get to the part where I can move in and get that knife, right? So you want to make sure that you can time it in a way that you can control it. There's no way in hell you can defend a knife being passive, or think you're just going to kind of flow around with some of these bullshit martial art things you see all over the internet, right? If you're in a situation where you have to defend the knife, you cannot run, then you're just going to have to make sure you do something to stop him from having freelance open game and gutting you like a fish. So you got to control the arm. You know what I mean? If there's anything you can do to get someone between you, like if I'm moving around in the room, I could put a chair between us, or a door between us, or I can grab anything and use it as a sheet, anything. Empty hands versus a blade, you just get the fuck out of that situation should be your number one option, right? Now, this drill, the reason we're doing this drill is because it teaches how to attack the attack. How to be more fire element, if you will, if you want to use such a thing. But you've got to be able to attack their attack. He grabs and he's just going to start jamming into me like this, right? So what I want to do is I want to jam into that shoulder. He's going to keep moving on into this one. Push down, push, move, come in. And then I can move in and do what I need to do, right? And then, you light them up with whatever technique, whether it's elbows, knees, takedowns, whatever. But you've got to be able to get to that thing. You know what I mean? The opponent that you guys have today, they're going to set. The opponent, I'll be on your slow switch. The opponent is, when they're grabbing the wedge here for me. Okay, so the opponent is going to try to stab in, slice, cut the hand, slice. I might even come up here, which now changes. See now, yeah, you might have to come in this way. So the opponent's just going to come in and just start doing anything. All right, go. Yeah. She's got it. Good job. Okay, you died. Yeah, he's good. Good job. Okay, so we can honestly, I can show you guys all these cool techniques on how to do knife defense and all these kata come in with a ski. I'm going to go like Sun no Gata. Okay, so come in with a ski here, so I don't, push off. And I can do this. We can do all the time. We've done those techniques, right? The reality of it is, nobody really fights like the way people do, like quote unquote kata. Yeah, right? So like a criminal comes in like a criminal, a thug comes in like a thug. And they want to be as close as personal. Like this is where the attack's going to be. You know what I mean? So you don't have the same distance that we have in some of the kata and some of, you know what I mean? We have to extract the principles of the kata and apply them in this situation. So like, let's look at that again. So if I'm here and he comes in, I can pass that through, right? And now I can do that same technique that you just saw me do from Sun no Gata. You guys catch what I'm saying? So the principles of the kata are there. They work. You extract them to put them in the situation. But you've got to put yourself in the situation to practice those principles. And if you only practice by, okay, I'm in Shizen, go to fighting position, he comes in, and I go over the top, and I come in. If you're only practicing that way, then it's never going to fucking work. It's never going to work. All right? Now, is this situation right here, grab into it, this is a shitty situation. No one wants to be in, oh, fuck this. This is a dumb situation. But we're practicing the situation because it teaches you how to attack that. Because if you guys can't be aggressive in here with other people that are, none of us are trying to hurt each other, with a plastic knife, if you can't be aggressive in a situation where you know the chances of getting hurt are highly unlikely, then you're not going to be aggressive when you know that's a real knife with someone who's really trying to kill you. So we want to make sure that we put you guys in the situations to be able to grow with your martial arts. One of the toughest situations in self-defense, all of self-defense, I don't give a shit whether it's hand-to-hand, stick, knife, gun, it doesn't melt multiple attackers, it doesn't matter. One of the hardest situations to deal with is getting in to do the techniques. All of you guys have been training, most of you guys have been training me for years. Some of you guys, 10 plus years, you guys know all the throws, you know the locks, you know the pressure points, and you've been punching and kicking with me for a decade. The hardest part isn't, do that again, the hardest part isn't, this, and coming into a wrist lock, or coming into an arm lock, coming into a throw. You guys know the throws, you know the locks. The hardest part is getting in to be able to do it. And the only way you can get in to do it is to be aggressive enough to shoot in. It's like sparring. When you guys watch sparring, you guys all know how to punch and kick. When you're sparring, everyone moves around, punch, and then kick, and then this, and then yeah. The hardest part to really win the match is to be able to hit them in a way or open them up so that you can shoot in, and then execute the technique to finish, right? That getting inside is the hard part. This drill forces you to not do the dance. And what if you guys watching the camera, I know most people on YouTube watching this, because I'll probably put this on YouTube, and they're going to be like, the reason I put you guys in this position to where you're like, oh shit, well, I can't do this technique, I keep getting hurt. Well, fine, good, try harder. Get better. Life is hard. Life is not this easy thing where you just get something handed to you. That's just not the way it's supposed to be. You have to be better, and if you can't do it, then you need to train more to get it. Too many martial arts schools just do the things and make everyone happy, because they're trying to make a bottom line. They want to make money. They want, that sort of thing. I just want to make you guys better. I mean, the only way I can make you better is making sure I put you on your ass. Because then you know how real it is. This is a shitty situation. No one wants to be where one guy grabbing you and fucking gutting you like Jack the Ripper. No one wants this situation. But the one thing about this situation, it does teach you how to get in to do the technique. So no, we're not doing finishing techniques. All we're doing is when he comes into steps of the gut, I'm going to keep smacking, do it again, smacking and smacking. All we're doing is coming in, and all I want to see is control. Once I see you control, we're done. Because at this point, if any one of you guys have been training me long enough, if you're in this position, you know what I mean? You're going to have a whole lot of options. You've got ring the bell here, back of the elbow there. We've got a whole bunch of shit. Or you underhook. Still, lots of situations. Again, the most obvious, ring the bell here, back knuckle, shot, elbow. There's so many damn things we can do. But the hardest part is not those techniques. The hardest part is getting in. And that's where most martial arts fail. They fail because they always teach the technique from here. No one, did you ever really seriously think, pretend that you're putting something in your car. Hey, sir, give me your wallet or I'm gonna, who the fuck fights? No one does this. You're never at this distance. It is always up close and personal, and if you don't feel comfortable with something up close and personal, then you will fail. You know what I mean? And it's just the facts. That's the reality. You want reality-based self-defense, there's the reality. You have to deal with the distance. And in the world of self-defense, reality self-defense, not the horse shit, an arm's length distance is a fucking luxury. Most scraps at the bar or at a gas station are much closer than this. So you have to be able to go really fast, really quick in a short space, or you will fail.